What's up, everyone? I'm back again. I'm looking at another stock today, and the stock I am looking at is called Realty Trust. Now, before I get into the stock and before we have a discussion if it's worth investing in, I have to tell you a disclosure. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor, and I'm just some guy on YouTube that likes to look at stock. Now, and the site I'm using is Microsoft. I finally figured out how to do it again on Microsoft, so I'm gonna go look at it on Microsoft since I like using it. So let me switch my screen over. So this company is another dividend yield company. They have I believe, a 8.19% dividend yield. And before I do that, it is a stock analysis of a buy. And RLTY stock. They did do a merger, and I want to make sure I check the dividend yield or dividend history, as it's pretty important. This is, oh, that's not. $5.4. So this company, let's look at the ticker symbol. Dun 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 dun. I guess it's not gonna work on that. So let's look up so they're a physician realty trust. They're a trust company. Let me make sure 10 years in business. So they have 10 years in business. DOC. Dun 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 dun. So they are physician RLTY is there. I just want to look at their history. So they look like they're just been paying out every quarter 0.23. They just raised it last month, or 0503 to 30 cents a share. So they have a 5.84% dividend yield. The annual dividend yield is $1.20. So every year you get $1.20, and the PE ratio is 108. So this is the history. I do like looking at the history of these dividend yields. Now, before I get back into it, let's look at what their stock price has been doing the last 5 years. Well, they're paying a lot in dividend. Let's see. So they have a decrease in last 5 years of negative 37.23%. That is not good. Now, analysts do say buy it, and their performance is great. You can see that their performance is 56%, 42% for the 1 month, and 1 year 19.52%. So forecast and report. Let's look at so the EPS is in the red, the forecast is it's on the left of it, and it doesn't look too good in my standpoint. So let's look at investors. So any Vanguard's a good investor. Fidelity, they really don't have any big investors besides Vanguard in here. Fidelity do own some. Now, a little about the company. So everyone know, they are a self-managed healthcare real estate company. They are a trust, and they lease to physicians, hospitals, and healthcare delivery system. And they have 15 billion or million net lease square footage located in Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, and Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, and others. So they do have a pretty good share. Insider trading, they do get a pretty hefty. Haley Amy sold. Who is Haley Amy? Let's look who she is. She's the senior vice president. So the senior vice president sold Becker Lori, which I kind of don't like seeing that their own executive officers are selling their stock prices. So they do get granted, but let's see. Anderson Station. Dun dun dun. Independent trustee. And Taylor. Let's see who Taylor is. Chief Investment Officer. So the chief investment officer is selling his stock. So he doesn't think I don't know if he doesn't think it's a good stock price. Top 10 institute owns 48.22%, and the institutional ownership is 91%. That's cool. So revenue surprise is they're in the negative for the revenue surprise. And EPS is negative 500, but the performance is not bad. Let's look at the finance. Let's go all the way down. Net profit is 8%. That's not good. So they only earn 8%, and they dropped from 20% net profit in 2022. 18%, 15% from year over year. So last year they had an 8%. Now, revenue is $543 million. Cost of goods sold is 182. Gross profits 360. Operation expense 318. So they have a very high operation expense. It looks like the operation expense grew almost 5 times, or 500 times, 400 times let's say 300 times the gross profit, because the gross profit increased by 1.48% and the operation expense grew 5.31%. Operation income is a negative 20. All right. Let's see what they expect it to increase. Let's see the forecast in the next 12 months. 1533. Price target is 1533. So they expect it to be $15.33. So right there, if the analyst thinks it's going to be $15.33 and it's a $17.57, this is another no buy. I don't recommend buying this, even though they have a really high dividend yield. And they do have consecutive, it's shown consecutively paying. And it's an increase. So they do have an increase. They did do a merger. Let's check the news on them. So blue chip dividend stock make up 24% of the Dow Jones. I'm just double checking, make sure nothing. Revenue and net income. Man, they have a big, crazy amount difference. So let me see what else they got right here. And yeah, I'm be honest with everyone. This company does not look like it's worth investing in. I'm gonna repeat again. I'm not your financial advisor, even though they have a very high buy rate from analysis. It's just not worth it. If they say buy it, but they're supposed to be hit $15 and they're $17, it doesn't make sense to buy it right now. That's totally up to you, because the target price is $15.33 by the analysis, and the current price is $17.57. It has an average trading volume which is not bad, and profitability is not that bad. So revenue, yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying this. It's just, let me see what the options are. They have a lot more open interest at 15. So they do have people wanting at 15. No one really at 17.50. So I'm guessing I'm gonna wait until it hits 15 to purchase this, and it'll make a good hit. So I will add this to my watch list, but I'm not gonna buy it until it hits 15, 14. That looks like a good entry point. It does look like a good company to own and invest in. It just does not look like it's worth purchasing right now. So hey, please like and subscribe to my video, and hopefully that helps someone out. So like I said, don't buy this stock right now if you're seeing it at $17 in 2024, because the analyst is saying the analyst is saying the target price is $15.33. The earning was missed, and the finance is low PE. So profitability, gross margin, it's not bad, but hey, I'm just not gonna buy it until I get to the price point I want it. So right now it's not a price point I want.